Some months ago I came through this sacred abode of Rishikesh, situated on the banks of the Mother Ganges. We did a kirtan, we did a chanting party through the town. And many Westerners come here, many Westerners come here. This is a very famous place to do yoga. The mountains and the river and the air, it's a very sattvic place. Because the Westerners come here seeking spiritual enlightenment. And nothing's as attractive as Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. So they were coming and asking questions and saying, where can we come and chant with you and hear from you and learn your philosophy? And we were on our way to the mountains. So the whole trip up there to the Char Dham, my mind was just churning to come back here to Rishikesh and, stay here for some time and hold programs and have kirtan and speak the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam for these sincere seekers of the truth. And we contacted some of the core devotees of the famous Festival of India in Poland, and we put together 50 devotees. And we chose this particular time here in the month of March because the weather's good, and also there's some very big festivals going on. There's the International Yoga Festival put on by a group across the river. They attract about 1,500 people. And there's many ashrams holding different yoga programs at this time. And it attracts, again, a lot of the youth are coming, spiritual seekers coming here. So we found this particular ashram, which we're in now. It's called the Ananda. Ananda means bliss, the Bliss Ashram. Generally, they were not renting out rooms to Westerners because they wanted to keep it very sattvic and traditional, etc., etc. But they really liked us because they saw we're preaching Sanatana Dharma, universal principles of spiritual life, Bhagavad Gita. A few days ago, we came, we moved into the rooms, we decorated this beautiful hall here. We made it into a temple room. Nice facilities for the devotees. We have our own kitchen area, own area for taking prasadam. And as I expected, when we went out in Harinam, there they were again, the Westerners, coming up and asking us when we had a beautiful invitation. We're making everything very first class, representing Srila Prabhupada and the Vedic culture, our Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. Everything's, as we say in Hindi, pakka. Invitations, very colorful, nicely designed. The graphic design is just perfect for the spiritual seekers who come here. We put posters all over town. And we start our program for the people at 9:30 in the morning. We have 2 hours of kirtan with Madhava Prabhu, Bibi Govinda Maharaj, Premanjali Dasi from Australia, Badahari Prabhu, and Sri Prahlad's going to come for a weekend. So we have the best of ISKCON's kirtaniers. 2 hours of kirtan, then we have workshops from 11 o'clock till 1:30. Workshops on how to do henna, how to put on gopi dots, how to make that rangoli, those designs on the ground. The ladies like that a lot. We have classes on Bhagavad Gita. We'll have cooking classes, etc., etc. The spiritual seekers love it. They come here very sincere. They just don't want to hear philosophy only. They want to learn things, so we're doing that. We take a Harinam party out, a separate Harinam party out in the morning. We have lunch together. Then at 5:30 we open the doors again and we have 4 hours of kirtan. This is we call it the Kirtan Fest. It's all centered on kirtan, as is our tradition, as Gaudiya Vaishnavas. The people who come here, these spiritual seekers, we want to give them a taste of Namruchi, some taste for the holy name. So it's just hours and hours and hours of kirtan every day. And then around 7 o'clock, we take a little break and we have this sumptuous feast. We have a crack team from Mayapur, some of the older Gurukul boys have become very good cooks. We cook it's a buffet style. The people love it. We have people of all ages from 18 up to 75, a mixed group from so many countries around the world. That's why Lord Chaitanya brought this process of joyful spiritual life, singing, dancing, some philosophy to give credence to it, to give authority to it. Understand the supreme, the divine God or Krishna. One of the most sublime and easiest processes is to chant this mantra again and again and again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And I'm finding that the spiritual seekers of all ages who come here, they love this formula.
So my first day was this morning, today. I arrived and they were singing and chanting. I sit down and in the same moment I just start crying like a baby. I was crying for not sadness or I was really happy. I was like feeling something really powerful. It was like a wave inside me. And I start to enjoy a lot the music, but it was a bit shocked because I was like thinking with my mind why I'm crying. But I tried to not force me, I was just leave me. And wow, it was so powerful and beautiful. I don't know how to call this or how to describe it. Yes. And they paid me also, so yeah. I think I will come back all the week, or maybe all the months, because I stay here 1 month more.
Okay, brilliant.
I love it.
Brilliant.
The yoga they're doing is the yoga for the body. Vachravegam, Manasukrodavegam, Jivavegam, Upashtavegam. They're coming here to control the mind, to control the senses, to become peaceful so they can think of higher things. But the yoga we're bringing is the yoga of the soul. That the soul's hankering to love what they call the divine or the supreme, we know as Krishna, the personality of Godhead who can reciprocate loving dealings, loving exchanges. And after a few weeks of practicing the asanas, they're ready for the bhakti yoga. They're ready for kirtan, for dancing and singing, and then the prasadam. So we have great hopes. I'm speaking to you only on the 3rd day of our program. We plan to be here 22 days. I think that'll be too short. But I envision us coming back again and again with the Kirtan Fest, because this is the panacea for all problems that we encounter in this material existence. It's the means to get back home, back to Godhead. We're practicing what the residents of the spiritual world do. Everything's centered around Krishna, and we're making that very clear to the persons who come here. That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Enjoyer, the Supreme Lover, and through Bhakti Yoga you can awaken that love. And that process is so simple. You chant, you dance, and you feast. What better place to do it than on the banks of Mother Ganges? This is so auspicious. Before we go on Harinam, we first go to the Ganges River, we put the sacred water on our heads, and then we go on Sankirtan. So we're feeling very blessed, we're feeling very fortunate. Srila Prabhupada came here as well. He came here just before his departure for a break to rest, to rejuvenate his health. I often close my eyes and think of Prabhupada as we see him in a little boat on the sacred river, Ganges. So Guru Maharaj came here. His lotus feet sanctified this place more than anything anyone can imagine. We're following in his footsteps, sharing our good fortune. All these wonderful people, these spiritual seekers who have come from all over the world. Stay with us. We'll be producing a number of videos and photo albums. And please give us your blessings that we can be successful in touching the hearts of all these sincere people with Krishna consciousness. Oh, glorious Shri Papa. Gangama ki, Rishikesh Dham ki, Go Premanandi. Hare Krishna.